This morning, I woke up like I do every other morning, roll out of bed, and I start the coffee. And before I can even finish the coffee being brewed, I feel like I'm ready for another nap. I'm tired. And this has been happening to me a lot lately. It's been I would say the last 2, 3 months. And I get it. I've been working hard. I've been pushing my limits a little bit, and I've reached that point where it's just I've got nothing left to give, and that's why this is happening to me, and it's affecting other parts of my day. I mean, I'm feeling more fatigued and it's a little irritable and other things. So if this is starting to sound like you, if you can kind of relate to this, maybe you should listen to the rest of this. My name is Chris Fetchik, and this is 52 Steps to You. Today, we are going to talk about recharging the batteries because right now, my batteries, they're on empty. It's time I give a little boost. Stick around. Not only will it help yourself, but it may help a friend of yours. It might help someone you care about. Today, as we talk about recharging our batteries, it comes down to the point where we need to be able to recognize this in ourselves. We need to recognize the warning signs, or maybe just be smart enough that other people are recognizing these warning signs and you need to listen to them. I mean, here's a perfect scenario for me. I start off, I'm tired and ready for a nap before I even finish brewing the coffee. Right? That's not a good way to start the day. But I don't actually get to stop at that point and I don't get to take a nap. There's emails, there's paperwork. I have to get the day started. It's just life happens. Work is going to continue and we keep going. And so now the problem is throughout the day, I'm constantly fatigued. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it building up. And it doesn't matter how much sleep I got the night before, I'm drained. And then I start feeling irritable. And sometimes I'm even getting to the point where I'm taking it out on people who just don't deserve it. It's not fair to a lot of people around me. If you know me personally and you feel like I've been like that to you, I genuinely, truly, wholeheartedly, I'm sorry. But if you're doing this to other people, maybe you owe them an apology too, but at least be smart enough to know that that irritability is having an effect on other people and it's affecting your relationships with other people as well. Now, as my day goes on, I'm being irritable, but some of the things that I'm being irritable about is the fact that I have so many things on my plate that I have to get to. And so while I'm talking to someone in front of me, I'm less engaged with them because I'm so focused on all the things that I can't get to. And in my mind, I'm trying to sort out, what's more important and what do I have to get to next. And so my focus is now shifting. And then when I reach the point where I need to focus on what I really need to focus on, well, I can't focus there either. Because again, we're still going back to the beginning of the day. I'm tired. I've been pushing myself just too much. Doesn't stop there. Because now I'm starting to think about the things that I don't get to do just for me personally. And I'm starting to lose motivation on things that I like to do. And as that starts to happen, it's becoming exponential. And now things that I actually enjoy feels like it's becoming a chore. And if you think that's not enough, it's still worse. See, when you get to that point, you actually start to get sick. Like physically, you're sick more frequently. You start to get headaches. You start feeling muscle tension. These are all real things. And these are things that you really need to pay attention to. So just to highlight that list, if you're feeling constant fatigue, irritability, a lack of focus, a loss of motivation, or actually having physical symptoms, this is a really good sign that you need to recharge your batteries. Now, for me, I think I've reached that point where I need to run out on a nice, elaborate 2-week vacation and just forget about things for a while. But we don't always get to do that. And so if you're thinking you're at a loss, think again. Because I always like finding small steps, small wins, little things that we can do to make ourselves better, improve ourselves. I mean, that is what 52 Steps to You is all about. Small steps for big improvements somewhere in the long, big picture. Okay, so let's start off talking about micro breaks. Micro breaks are exactly what they are, just very small, incremental things that we can do throughout the day. And this is actually one of my favorite ones because it's so simple, although it may not apply to everyone, but for people in particular who spend a lot of time behind a computer screen, this is particularly great for you. This is the 20-20-20 rule, 320s. For every 20 minutes that you're stuck behind a computer screen, shift your eyes and look away from the computer screen and focus on something about 20 feet away from you that has nothing to do with what you're working on. It just needs to take your mind away and just focus on it 20 seconds. Every 20 minutes, 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Promise your brain will thank you for that. It's a wonderful approach in being able to just clear your head for just a brief moment, let things just kind of shift around inside. And when you come back to your work, you'll have a little sense of recharge. It makes it a little bit easier to refocus. Okay. While it is one of my favorite ones to do, I recognize it's not something everyone is able to do. But here's something everyone can do: deep breathing. 60 seconds of just nice, slowly breathe in, slowly exhale. Just slow your pace down a little bit. That's it. No matter what type of work you're doing, no matter how labor intensive or how easy and comfortable it is, or how much mental tension it is, it's just 60 seconds of deep breathing. And I'll put one more out there for you if you're able to. Taking a brisk walk, even if it's just 5 minutes, get up from your chair, change your focus, move your position, and just go outside. No matter how hot or cold it is, just go outside, nice brisk walk, take in the sounds, take in the environment, and just absorb a moment away from the rest of what you're doing. It's not a lot of time. And I love that one because the other part about it is you get to add footsteps, right? One of my podcast episodes dealt with adding footsteps to your day because adding footsteps adds energy, adds power, adds strength, right? It's a valuable thing. We're not talking about that today, but this is just kind of a reminder of something we've talked about in the past. Now, those quick little micro breaks are great, but sometimes we have to give ourselves a real recharge. And here's a couple of things that we can do to get a stronger, more defined, well-programmed, structured recharge. And the first thing, you've probably heard this preached about on numerous occasions. And this is what we call our tech-free time. Put the phone down, put the computer down, step away from the TV, just tune out, turn off. And during that time, one of my favorite things to do in that moment, stretch. I know I've talked about stretching in the past too. See that we're like highlighting old episodes here. Stretching is a great way to get blood flowing through your body and at the same time relaxing you, keeping you calm. It's 30 minutes of your time. I'm not a big fan of the next one, but it works for a lot of people, so I'm going to bring this up. And these are the power naps. You say like 15 to 20 minutes of just a power nap. Just close your eyes and just rest the body. And approximately 20 minutes is just enough that you were able to relieve the body, relax it, and then just charge into it. Now, for me, at least lately, we'll see what happens after vacation, but leading up to this point, Honestly, if I just took a 20-minute nap, I would probably be out for the next 4 hours. I'm pretty sure of that because I've done that a couple of times in the last few months, and it literally took away my whole day. So maybe it doesn't work for everyone, but it is a great option. Um, but I will offer what I believe in this set. I think probably the best thing that you can do is take a moment of what's referred to as a gratitude pause. Right? If you're in a position where you need to kind of get a recharge, you need to refresh, chances are you've got a lot of stress, you have a lot of pressure, you're constantly charging forward, often met with resistance, you have negative feedback, right? We want to look for something positive. If you were to just step away from what you were doing and spend 20 minutes, just think about things that you're positive about, things that are really good in your life. Maybe a small success, or maybe someone related to you, someone in your life, maybe something that you worked towards, a goal that you completed. And at that goal, you said, wow, this is something really, really wonderful. And so take a moment and just write about it. See, the idea is what you're doing is you're shifting your mental focus, right? We're focused on charging. I got to get this done. Oh my God, this is so much work. Oh, this is so hard. This is so challenging, right? Well, now we can focus on something happy, something positive, something that we can look at and say, wow, I'm really excited that I have this as part of my life. This this is your gratitude pause. So every day, if you take just one of these, you don't have to do all three of them, just choose one. I either find 30 minutes of tech-free time. It's usually good towards the end of the day because it helps with sleep. Try a power nap. Again, not my favorite, but it seems to work for a lot of people. And then the gratitude pause. Every day, just pick one of them. Now, if you're like me, your work weeks are pretty long, so you might need just a little bit more. Something that gives a little bit more of a kickback in your efforts. So once a week, and for most people, this is usually a Saturday or a Sunday that this works. Um, I think in the previous set, we talked about tech free. This is just an outright digital detox. At least half of your day. And you figure if we're up for 16 to 18 hours on average, assuming that not everyone gets their 8 hours of sleep, so you might be pushing how much you're awake for. Maybe some people get more, and maybe it's only 12 hours. Take half of that time and just forget all technology. If you're into hiking, enjoy the great outdoors. Just go and enjoy it. Leave the phone behind. You don't need it. It'll be there when you get back, and you'll return the messages later. Uh, that is probably single-handedly is probably the best thing that you can do. But I'll throw a couple more things out there. Fun activity. Now, by fun, I sometimes think when I talk about hiking, some people find it fun, but they also find it rewarding, which means it's a goal, which means it's a challenge. So it becomes less of a fun thing. I'll give you a great example, something in my past. I have music in my background, and I used to love playing the guitar. And I remember going to see my doctor, annual visit, and we get talking and talk about the stress and anxieties that I have. And he talks about, what do I do for fun? And I tell him I play the guitar, and he was smart enough to recognize that I don't just play the guitar. I start playing the guitar, and then all of a sudden I'm writing a song, and then I'm recording the song, and then all of a sudden there's this whole big production, and there's a stress to be able to finish this. This is no longer a fun activity. I took a fun activity and it became a goal. And yes, I was excited about it. And yes, it was rewarding. And yes, I could probably put this back into gratitude. But the fact of the matter is, I created a goal and a challenge for myself in that moment. And apparently, there is a difference between playing the guitar to finish a new song versus who cares what I'm playing? I'm just strumming some strings, whatever comes to me, I'm not even going to care about it. So get up and dance, play a musical instrument, walk for no apparent reason if that's if that suits you. Whatever fuels your inner spirit is really what it needs. You got to grab that inner spirit, find that happiness, find that joy, and charge at it. Actually, not charge at it, but just gravitate towards it and just let it empower you. It's a great way to recharge. But the one thing kind of fits in this line, but I want to isolate this a little bit more because there is something really powerful about what I like to call the social recharge. That means you get together with a group of people. You actually talk. You actually socialize. You give a toast. You play random games. Whatever you do when you get together with your friends, connectivity, human connectivity is so important. And you know what? It's another great moment where, maybe leave the cell phone behind. Forget the electronics, right? Real, true, honest human interactions. So just to highlight what we talked about, once a week, give yourself an opportunity for that digital detox. Get rid of all electronics for half the day. Find a fun activity to do. Um, just be carefree, but make it fun. And of course, a social recharge. Meet with people, connect with humans. If you do this, and I challenge you to, at the very least, start with your little, what do I call them, micro breaks. I challenge you to start with those little micro breaks. At least do something to give yourself a little bit of a recharge. If you do this and you make this part of your daily habit, I promise you that you will get a tremendous value out of this. The impact is beyond what you could have ever hoped for. First thing, you'll have great health benefits. It is guaranteed to lower your stress. You will get better sleep, and you're going to live a longer life. And who doesn't want to live a longer life, right? Okay. Your productivity will get a nice, healthy boost. Your focus will become much sharper. Your creativity will start to explode. You will absolutely notice a difference. You'll be quicker witted. You'll have more whimsical things come about you. And most importantly, which is why we're talking about this, you will avoid burnout. It's a serious thing, and a lot of people are going through it, and you don't want that. And one other area, I kind of talked about this earlier, all the way at the beginning, you will improve your relationships, right? When you're going through this type of stress, you're sleep deprived and you're getting that point of burnout, you're feeling all this tension, whether you want to admit it or not, you are affecting the people around you. And believe it or not, the people around you, they do care about you. They do want what's best for you, but people are only going to tolerate so much. I mean, that's a fact. Those closer to you may point this out. Maybe some don't. Be smart enough to know that you're affecting those relationships. And if you practice some of these techniques, you will get stronger relationships. You'll find that you'll have more patience with people. You'll find that your time with people, you'll find that it'll be a much higher quality. You'll have much more value in the time that you spend with people. A huge thing is that you're going to show people that while you can still be a go-getter and you can still accept these challenges and you can do great things, you're going to be a great model of someone who has great life-work balance. I think it's work-life balance, but you know what? Life is more important, right? I don't want to work to live and live to work. I want to work because it helps with living. I just want to live. I just want to live. And I think a lot of you guys listening to this or watching this, I think you want the same thing. So take notice that this is happening, whether you need someone to point this out to you, or maybe just have an inner reflection to say, hey, you know what? That's me. I kind of need to do something about it. Take that pause and recognize it and then make a plan. Go back and listen to this because I've actually outlined a pretty good plan for you, and take advantage of it. Guys, my battery's on empty and I need to get a full recharge. I am turning off for the next couple of weeks. I am forgetting everything for a little while. I got my affairs in order, everything that I need to do so that I can go away with peace of mind. And I'm taking a real strong, solid recharge. When I come back, my batteries are going to be back to full, and I look forward to spending more time with you guys. Until then, remember, 52 steps to you, they're small steps. Each step you take forward in a positive direction is a small win. Take the small wins, because in the end, in the big picture, it's going to be a huge win. Thank you guys so much for taking the time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.